And begin to heel toe your feet in towards the midline. Right arm up and overhead. And maybe you look over that left shoulder. Tap that right elbow to the left knee. And then we'll come into our Shavasana. Hi there, welcome to today's Flow Core and Restore practice. My name's Olivia. I'm a certified yoga teacher. In our practice of movement today, we will be working with meditation, our sun salutations, and closing out with longer held poses, and hopefully ease and liaison you into your next activity for the day. Or if you are towards the evening, this would be a great class to take towards bedtime, so you can have your last activity be something that is vibration raising. If you haven't already, begin to blink your eyes closed. And just begin to notice your breath. On the inhale, feel your belly rise as it accepts all of the air through the nose. And on the exhale, press it through your belly, through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it go. And just allow your breath to start to move on its own. Maybe activate that Ujjayi breath. And Ujjayi is sort of like using your nasal passages to make almost an ocean sound on the inhale and the exhale. And as we're sitting here today, just imagine that the sun and the moon are in the sky at opposite sides of space. All the time, when we're not even noticing, the sun and the moon are there, even if we can't see it. And the sun and the moon are so important to the cycles of our lives. And as we move together throughout today's practice, we'll be honoring the sun and the moon. And if there are any thoughts of the day going on in your head, just see if you can quiet them without oppressing them. See if you can just shift around the priorities of your mind, and top priority is stillness and surrender to the moment. Gently begin to blink your eyes open. And on your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Gather the energy up, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, gather the energy up, 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 look up. And exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. One more time. Inhale, gather the energy up, send the energy up, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. And we will meet in tabletop position to get started in our flow. So just find some symmetry here if you can. Feel your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And notice our hips are squared forward. And on your inhale, round your spine, press into your palms, tuck your tailbone under. And exhale, send your belly low, lift your chin, look up. Come through tabletop, round your spine, cat pose. And exhale, come through tabletop, send your belly low, lift your chin. And do a few freestyle cat-cows, meaning you can move your hips in one direction and then the other. And then next time you get back to a neutral tabletop position, lift up that right palm, press it into your mat, and then slide it down towards your hips, down towards your toes, and then take that arm up and around forward, back down to the earth in a circle. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, gather that energy down, up, and around in a circle. One more time. And next time that right arm gets up in the air, look up at that right palm and thread it through underneath that left arm. Come down onto that right shoulder. Maybe wrap that left arm around your hip. Feel that twist. And exhale, bring that left palm down to plant in front of your face. Press on down. Swing that right arm up and over. And back to tabletop position. Once more, the left palm plants. Exhale, slide that left palm down towards your knees. Back, up, and over. Once more, that left palm drags down towards your knees. Up, over, down. And next time your arm gets up, look up at that left palm and then thread it down under that right arm and rest your left elbow on the mat. That left shoulder on the mat. And maybe wrap that right arm back around your left hip and breathe. Come on down, plant your right palm, send that left arm up to the sky, and we'll meet back in tabletop position. From here, tuck your toes, lift your knees about a half an inch up off the earth. Find that hollowness in your core. Get that lizard grip and then press up into our first downward facing dog of class. So use that lizard grip to really create stability and send all that grounded energy from your lizard grip up to your shoulder blades to really strengthen your hips, and then allow gravity to let your heels fall towards the earth. And notice how stable you are. And notice how this first downward facing dog feels compared to how the last one felt. And breathe. Look between your hands, walk or take a slow saunter to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold. And we root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. And down by your sides. Tadasana pose. Have your shoulders over your heels. Find that slight tuck in your tailbone. Shine your heart open. And allow your palms to be open, facing the front of your space. Inhale, gather that energy up, 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 look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive forward, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Come on down to that right knee. Rise on up, low lunge. Send your hips forward any amount that feels right, feels a little out of your comfort zone, but no pain. Hips are squared forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Find a slight back bend if possible. And exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, step that left foot back to meet the right. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Check in with your breath here. Exhale, reach your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot through. Left knee drops, low lunge, rise on up. Send your hips forward any amount. Maybe that right knee or that right foot walks forward just a little bit. Come on into a slight back bend if possible, any amount. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your left toes. Send that right foot back to meet the left, vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. And breathe. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back to the back edge of the mat. Drop down to your right knee, low lunge. Come forward any amount, find that slight back bend. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your right toes, step that left foot back. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step that right foot through. Come on down to that left knee. Rise on up, low lunge. Send your hips forward. Slight back bend here. Exhale, plant your hands. Tuck your left toes. Step that right foot back to meet the left. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog pose. And breathe. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. One more. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your left foot back to the back edge of your space. Left knee drops, low lunge, rise on up. Come on forward any amount, slight back bend. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your left toes, step your right foot back to meet the left. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts this time. Exhale, step that left foot through. Come on down, low lunge. Rise on up. Low lunge, send your hips forward any amount. Slight back bend. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back to meet the right. High plank. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog pose. And breathe. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. We keep going. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step both feet back, this time high plank. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Reclaim your breath here. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. Bring your feet together to touch. Sit down into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit down as if you're sitting in a chair. Put all the weight into your heels. Find a slight tuck in your tailbone and find a very defined hinge at your hips. Arms up and overhead. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step both feet back, high plank. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step that right foot through between your hands. Come on down to a 45-degree angle on that left leg. Use your feet to rise on up. Warrior one. Hips squared forward. Shoulders relaxed down away from your ears. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts this time. Exhale, step your left foot through. Come on down, that right foot plants. Rise on up, warrior one. Get low here, hips square forward. Shoulders relaxed down away from your ears. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back to meet the right. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. And breathe. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up, reach your arms up and overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. From here, we will meet in a Prasarita stance. Send your feet as wide as is comfortable. Really press into the outer edge of your both feet evenly. Maintain that stability. Let's take a bend in that left leg and allow your right leg to readjust as needed. Warrior two. Sit low so long as your left knee is not over the line of where your heel is. Arms out towards the side, strong and effortless at the same time. And breathe. Really see if you can use that dynamic tension we're building here in that left leg and send it back energetically to stabilize that right leg. And if you're shaking, that's all right. We'll be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Spill forward. Bring that left palm to the inside of that left foot. Right arm swings up and overhead. Feel that line of energy starting from your right foot and coming out the tips of your right fingertips. And notice any uncomfortableness that may or may not be happening in that left hip. See if you can lift that left arm up, almost like you're holding a volleyball. We'll be here for 3, for 2, and 1. We'll get off that left leg. Go ahead and straighten it. Stand all the way up and then begin to heel toe your feet in towards the midline. Hinge at that left hip. Find a sassiness in your right hip. Spill forward, left palm rests on your left shin, a block or the earth. Right arm up and overhead. Look up towards your right fingertips. Feel a straight line of energy coming out of each of your hands. And breathe. Trikonasana, Utthita Trikonasana or triangle pose for 3, for 2, and 1. Look down at your left foot, 10 inches in front of your left foot, plant your palm and come up into a crescent moon pose. Open up your hips to the side, same as warrior 2. Stay here, or if you'd like more of a challenge, catch that right foot with your right palm. Kick your hand into your foot, foot into your hand. For 3, for 2, and 1. Release your foot if you had a grip on it. As gracefully as possible, come back to that warrior 2. And straighten that left leg. Re-square your hips, and we will meet back in a symmetrical Prasarita stance. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold, but just the stance. Maybe shake out your hips and maybe come out of that Prasarita for a second. And notice how different each of your hips feels. Come on back to Prasarita stance. We'll do the second side. Right foot points out towards the right side. Left foot is at a 45-degree angle. Start to sit down into that warrior two. And we'll be here for a moment to start to build heat in our hips, strength in our core. And breathe. Relax your shoulder blades down away from your ears. And as tension begins to build up on our right hip, see if we can send that tension back to stamp our left foot on the earth. Relax your shoulder blades down away from your ears. See if you can sit just a little bit lower. If you're shaky, that's okay. If you need to come out of it for a moment, that's okay. On the next exhale, spill your torso forward. Plant your right palm on the inside of your right foot. Left arm up and overhead. And feel that line of energy from your left foot coming all the way out of your left fingertips. Maybe use that right palm that's on the floor as leverage to turn that right torso up towards the sky. And if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, see if you can lift that right arm up like you're holding a volleyball. For 3, for 2, and 1. Straighten that right leg. Come on up into a standing position. Heel toe your feet into the midline. And we'll transition into Utthita Trikonasana, which is triangle pose. Find a sassiness in that left hip. Hinge at your right hip. Begin to spill forward. Right palm rests on the right shin, a block or the earth. Left arm goes up towards the sky. Look up towards that left palm and feel a line of energy coming from the bottom of your fingertips all the way out the top of your fingertips. And if you'd like, you can stay here. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, find a bend in that right leg, send your right palm 10 inches forward, come up into half moon pose. Open your hips up towards the left side of your space, similar to warrior two. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, catch that left foot. Kick into that left foot. For 3, for 2, and 1. Somehow come down as gracefully as you can back into that warrior two, even if it's not so graceful. And then we'll come back into a standing pose and notice how even your hips feel from here. Maybe do some hip circles. We'll come to the top of our space. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward fold. Plant your hands, step both feet back, high plank. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog pose. Come on down to your knees. Get started in the restore portion of our class. So come onto your sits bones. Feel your sits bones and your thighs and your ankles rooted on the earth. Feel your shoulders over your hips. Reach your arms up and spill forward, coming into Paschimottanasana. And with Paschimottanasana, you really want to make sure that everything from your hips to your shoulders, your spine, your legs, everything is as symmetrical as possible. And when you spill forward, you really want to start with an open heart. So only spill forward if you're maintaining that definition in your legs and your torso. Send your arms up and spill forward, maintaining a long back. And this pose is great for balancing hormones. Accepting what is. This would be more moon energy. So during the flow and the core of that practice, that was more of the sunshine. And now that we're winding down to restore, this is more moon energy. So notice any sensations happening in your hamstrings, maybe your lower back. Just notice the sensations and see how you can surrender to what is. Be with what is. We'll be here for about 1 more minute. Make sure that you're extending through the heels. So your feet, see if you can get your feet to be flat, almost like there's a block against your feet. And breathe. As we begin our descent down to our Shavasana, feeling the effects of our flow and our core. Come on out of that. Find a bend in that right foot. Keep that left foot long, and then take that right foot and cross it over that left thigh. You can keep this left leg long, or you can bend it in towards your hips. Take that left elbow and catch it on the top of your right knee. Right arm comes back behind you, finding that twist open. Maybe you rest your left palm on your heart, and maybe you look over that left shoulder to find that true twist. Marichyasana C. And breathe. See if you can activate that ujjayi breath, that ocean wave. See if you can make an ocean sound as you breathe. And then wrap both of your arms over towards your left side as a counter pose. And then send both legs out in front of you long again. Re-square your hips after that first round of Marichiyasana C. Find a bend in that left leg. Lift that left foot up and rest it on the outside of that right thigh. Find a bend in that right leg. Bring your right elbow to the outside of this left knee. Rest your right palm on your heart to really solidify that seated twist. Gaze over your left shoulder first, and then gaze over your right shoulder. Allowing gravity to do all the work here. All you have to do is just remain in this gorgeous pose. And see how you can be with any sort of uncomfortable feeling that may arise. And maybe open, in the next exhale, open over towards your right side as a counter pose. So send your arms over towards your right side, spill over towards the right side, and then come back to center. From here, we will come down to a supine position. We'll do one last bit of abs before we come into a supine twist and eventually into Shavasana. So bring your feet into tabletop position. Lift your shoulder blades up off the earth. Tap that right elbow to the left knee. Extend that right foot long and come back to center. Tap the left elbow to your right knee. Extend that left leg long and back to center. We'll do just a few more of those. Alternate. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Whew. And let it go. Maybe let your knees fall to each side in a big way. Find all the hip rotation you can muster up and allow your knees to rock from side to side. Next time your knees get over towards the left side, allow them to spill over all the way onto the earth. Keep that right shoulder glued towards the earth. Open your arms up towards the sky. And to complete that supine twist, send your gaze over towards your right palm. And breathe. And again, just let gravity do the work at this point. Since we are in a supine position, Gravity can do most of the work. We don't have to hold a sturdy foundation in a twist, even if it's seated. We can just indulge in this fairly passive twist. Come on back to center. Send your knees over towards the right this time. Make sure that left shoulder is rooted well onto the earth. Look over that left shoulder. And just get in receiving mode. Receive all of the benefits of our flow, our core, and now restore moon energy. Receive passive, strong by nature, effortless. Begin to come back into a symmetrical supine position. And any last minute movement that might feel nice, maybe come into happy baby, grab your feet by the arch and just pull your feet down, creating that nice feeling in each of your hips. Maybe you come into a plow pose, halasana, where you lift your hips up off the earth and send your feet up towards the sky. Maybe allowing your toes to touch the earth behind you. And then we'll come into our shavasana, allowing your legs to fall, allowing your whole body to come in a restful position. And just know if you have your palms facing up towards the sky, that's signaling a receiving energy. And if you would like to ground towards the earth and ground down into the moment, have your palms facing down, maybe they're resting on your belly. And notice where each part of your body is touching the earth. And see if you can relax into it just a bit more, even wiggling and asking yourself how you can drop into this corpse pose, this restful pose, a little deeper. Slowly begin to call your breath back. And roll over onto either side and pause. Begin to press yourself back up into a seated position, Sukhasana. Any intentions you may have brought to class, I will honor those as well. Salutation to the sun and the moon. Thank you again for practicing with me. I hope that you are feeling very energized and relaxed at the same time. And if you made it all the way to the end of class, please drop an alien emoji and let me know how you liked the class. And if you have any other questions about yoga, with that, I will see you next time. Thank you so much.